What's up guys, MGH here and welcome back to another episode of my Career Mode Summer Signing Series. Now there's been a change of plan, mainly because of the comments I got on the first episode where I did Arsenal. A lot of people want me to do kind of like more of the big teams around the world, not just the whole of the Barclays Premier League. So what I'll be doing is kind of like the top 6 of each league, and then if there are some smaller sides that I want to kind of visit and have a little play around with on FIFA, then I'll do that at a later point. But we're going to kick off the next episode here with Chelsea, and then obviously we're going to have the teams like Liverpool, City, United, possibly Tottenham, and then we'll move on to other leagues like the Bundesliga. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this more now that we're only going to be focusing on the big teams at the start. And Chelsea is a very exciting career mode to do on FIFA, and it has been every year because they have a very good budget, they have a very good team with lots of young players, but they have always had room for improvement, and there is a massive space in this team that has to be filled. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. Mourinho goes on about it all the time, and that is they are missing a world-class striker. Now don't get me wrong, Eto'o is not that bad. Obviously, he's 84 in the game. It's a little bit high if you ask me. I don't think he's quite that good. But the problem we've got here is because I've got no internet at the moment at my house, I'm having to use the default squads, which means I've had to go ahead and bring in Salah, who's 74. I had to go and get Matic before the episode even started. So some ratings might seem a little bit old. Well, that's because they are. But it doesn't bother me. We're still going to be looking at just the names. It doesn't really matter what their rating is in the game. And we'll be discussing real-life targets for Chelsea, transfer rumours, and obviously players that will do well in FIFA as well for when FIFA 15 drops. Players that you might want to take a look at to start off your career mode with. But first of all, let's go ahead and fill that void in up front. That striker kind of position for Chelsea is exactly where we are with Arsenal. Unfortunately, without the striker there, we just haven't done as well as we could have done. And I think, Diego Costa he's linked with so many clubs, including Arsenal, actually. But, for me, I think his most likely placed or destination will be Chelsea. So we're going to go ahead and try to buy him. Now, what I'm going to try and do is do what possibly is going to happen in real life, and that is offering up Torres. He's got a value of 9.5 million on this game, which is really good. And I think we could probably get away with something like 12 million plus Torres, something like that. We'll have a look and see how that goes. Now, other than strikers, what do I think Chelsea need? Definitely a centre-back, definitely. Because Terry, yes, he's doing really well this season, but how many seasons has he got left in him? When I say he, I mean Mourinho should invest in this squad and get some youth that could kind of hit the mainstream, if you know what I mean, of world football nice and early, even though they're young. And that player is Varane, no doubt about it. And I'm sure he would be tempted to come to Chelsea because Mourinho managed him for 2 years, and I'm guessing they got on well. He gave him a lot of opportunities to play, and at such a young age, that's a good thing. So I don't know if they'll be able to buy him from Real Madrid. I think that if anything, Mourinho will probably get a loan deal. But who knows how that will go down. What I'm going to do is show to you guys that actually Varane is a player that you can quite easily loan. However, there is a problem. I think the default squads in this game, he is set as an important first team player, where normally he's just a squad rotation player. But forgive me, having no internet sucks. We'll just have to give this a go, and if not, we'll try and buy him. Let's go ahead and see what happens with Diego Costa and Varane now. See if we get anything back. Schwartz is going to be talking about his future of his career. There you go. Oh, wow. There you go. We got the loan accepted. Loan offer accepted. And there you go. Varane will be joining the team for a season. Whether or not they'd go for a permanent deal, I don't know. But it seems they were not happy with the offer. They're not interested in the player. Well, we know that's bullshit, but I'm gonna stick with it because I think we can do it with maybe 18 million. We're still underneath that 30 million that they're looking for, but it should be good. Schwarzer, yeah, probably is going to be your last season, let's be honest. Let's see if we can get any more luck here with Diego Costa. We'll go ahead and sim this match against Schalke. Should be an easy 2-0 win or so. 1-0, not bad, we'll take that. We do have an email. Nope, it's... Oh, hang on. This is quite fitting, because Hazard, there's a lot of links with him to PSG, apparently. Saying that he doesn't like the way the football is played at Chelsea. Mourinho hit back at him and said that he doesn't work hard enough. And I don't know, it's going to be an interesting summer regarding Hazard. It's quite possible he could be on his way, but that's pretty funny, saying that he's worried, having read some of the speculation surrounding me. That is spooky shit right there. If Hazard was to go, who would you want in at Chelsea, you know? Right, they've still said the transfer offer is unacceptable, so we're just going to have to go and pay a little bit over the price there. I think we have to go with 22 million plus Torres. That gives them over their 30 million, so we should be more likely to grab him now than before. Transfer for Fernando Torres. Right, we're going to stall that because we could use that and the extra money would go into the Diego Costa deal. Let's see what happens here. Chalobah wants to play. Right, it doesn't matter. We're going to keep skipping here. Get past this game against Mönchengladbach. I'm sorry, can't pronounce it. 1-0 was the result there. Not too bad. There we go. Transfer offer has been accepted because we obviously went over what they wanted, which was a bit silly now I think about it. But I've got stacks to spend at Chelsea here. But anyway, 90,000 per week is pretty decent indeed. They want me to win the league title. No surprise there. And it looks like we'll be getting Diego Costa. You know, and I was trying to think about anyone else that I think Chelsea need in real life, not just on FIFA. There isn't actually much improvement needed, I don't think, other than the striker and a potential centre-back. But there is another stage in what I'm doing here, so I will show you in a second. Diego Costa will join the team there. Pretty simple. 48.5 million left already. It's just absolutely brilliant. We've got an injury. David Luiz. Oh my God, he's out for a day. Jesus Christ. That is awful. That is really awful. But there we go. We did get Diego Costa. And that is a very, very, very good signing. So let's go ahead, put him straight into the team there. Demba Ba on the bench? I think so. I've got a feeling that Eto'o won't be around next season. Who knows what's going to happen there? Obviously, we need to put... well, the question is, who do you take out? Because Cahill and Terry have been very good together. But I do have a feeling if Varane was to come in, he would play with Terry. Because I know Mourinho absolutely adores John Terry, and I think Varane would do a very good job learning off Terry. So obviously this would be still a very, very good thing for Chelsea having this many good defenders. You'd have Cahill, you've got the likes of Ake or Aki, you know, getting potential there, and you've got David Luiz on the bench. He could play in midfield. And that's the problem I see, guys. I don't see any of these players leaving. I don't think Ramirez will go. Matic is obviously new to the club. You've got Mikel, Lampard. You could even play, you know, Oscar as a CM. It's not really looking too bad for Chelsea in midfield. So the only reason I would see a need of improvement is if Hazard was to go, or if they got rid of Schürrle or Salah or anyone, they would need someone there. But let's go into the last stage of my rebuilding and summer signings here at Chelsea. And it's quite simple. All I'm going to do is go into my sell players. I'm going to go over here to my goalkeepers. You know what's coming. And we're going to go ahead and recall that loan for Courtois. Because that is what exactly is going to happen at the end of this season. His loan will end. They won't have to pay, but it will end. And it means they can have Courtois in goal next season. Which I think is debatable because Cech is still fantastic. But I would play Courtois ahead of Cech. And I think Cech deserves a nice rest. Why not? But there you go. That's what I would do with Chelsea. It's a very, very, very strong team. Let's have a look, go through it here. Courtois in goal, Ivanovic, Varane, Terry and Azpilicueta, who is a right back in this game here because obviously I haven't got internet connection. I couldn't download latest squads, but obviously is now a left back. Ramirez and Matic, very good CDMs. I would argue that I prefer Mikel actually. I think Mikel was a very, very underrated player, but Matic is quite similar. Big, tall players, good on the ball. You need a bit of pace there maybe, and that's what Ramirez brings. Willian on the right or the left, Oscar in the middle, Hazard I think really should be on the left, so that's why Willian's on the right, and Diego Costa up front. What a first team that would be. And then you do have the likes of Demba Ba, you've got Schürrle who's brilliant in all positions. He can play in the middle, down the left, the right, he could even play as striker. Lampard, you know, could be off to America. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. But one I'm pretty sure about, and that is Ashley Cole is on his way to America. We saw him crying at the weekend against Norwich when they drew 0-0. I'm presuming because he was upset that it was his last ever home game at Chelsea. His last ever game at Stamford Bridge, potentially. So, I mean, no one knows for sure, but I don't think Cole is going to get another year. He's done his job at Chelsea. He's done very well. I still really regret the fact he left Arsenal because he was so good there. But you can't deny it. He is a legendary left back. He is one of the greatest of all time. And he's a real legend for England specifically. He's got one of the biggest caps. He's got one of the biggest totals of caps for England. And that is impressive. David Luiz, rumoured to be going to other teams like Barcelona. Would he go? I don't know. I know Mourinho isn't the biggest fan. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I would do to this team. It's very debatable with Cahill and Varane, but like I said, I do think he would play Varane quite a lot because he's such a young guy and he's full of energy. He's a very, very good defender. But let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. Is there anyone else that you think Chelsea could buy? Because don't forget, this is just an opinion of me and none of you. This video is just purely, this whole series is purely about my own opinion. But this time, we really did well in terms of combining real-life football and FIFA, because Varane would be a good signing in both the game and on in real life. I think, actually, if I was to play the game now, this team, I would probably switch out Terry because of the lack of pace. But to be honest, he's still a bit of a rock-solid centre-back in the game. But in terms of Diego Costa, he's an absolute must signing for Chelsea this season. If they want to win the Premier League next year, they do need a better striker. And in the game, he would bring goals as well. So thank you for watching this episode, guys. And I will see you next time.